All right, this is also National Nutrition Week 2022. Every year, National Nutrition Week is celebrated under a specific theme. From September 1st, the theme of previous year's Nutrition Week was Feeding Smart Right. The theme for this year is Celebrate a World of Flavors. The purpose is to motivate people to have healthy nutrition whilst enjoying the flavors of food. Now, it's very interesting to talk, Osalge. I'm sure that this is a conversation that would interest you as well, because you are one, from the conversations we've had off camera, you're one who likes to cook and does so very well as well. I'd probably ask you, Osalge, what your favorite flavors are, and talk to us about your favorite flavors.
Favorite flavors?
Yeah, you cook, you experiment a lot. I recently remember you cooking groundnut soup and it was a blast. So talk to us about some of your favorite.
I don't know if I'm thinking about flavors while cooking, but I think, so the thing is, everybody likes, likes their food in a, specific way. And there's people who, for example, would like to have like blended crayfish in their stew or in their beans. And there's people who do not like it. There's people who like sliced onions, scattered all over their stew. And there's those who don't like it. So it really just depends on what you like and what you've been used to for a while. The fact is, across Nigeria and across the continent, there is different ways with which different types of soup and stews and meals are prepared. Sometimes it's slightly different, between one tribe and the other. But that's what makes it interesting, and if you ever go to a different region and eat their type of egusi, you'll be impressed and say, okay, I've never had it this way. It's very different from the way that we make it over there. So,
it's important. You've mentioned these things there's a way to use it. You mentioned crayfish and stew. I don't use crayfish in my stew unless I'm using palm oil. Then I know I'm making like a native type stew, village type stew. So with palm oil and all that, it's more soupy than stewy. I don't think crayfish has any place in stew, but some people are free to disagree with me.
It's really, once again, different people and the way that they enjoy their food. It's different, and maybe because of the way that you started eating it while you were a kid, or you tasted it someplace somewhere and you fell in love with it, and so you started making it that way. But the point is, everyone is different. Some people like it in a specific way, some people like it in a different way.
Well, I'm going to mention 3. I don't know if they count as flavors, but I consider very important to help amplify the taste and the fragrance, smell of my food. Ginger, garlic, and onions. I cannot do without onions in my meal. I love onions so much. Ginger, garlic, I just feel helps. There's a song by Wande Cole that says, when you hear the kick, and I feel like ginger and garlic gives the food that kick. See how passionately I'm talking about food.
So those are very important spices, or very important, items in stew, but not for everybody. There's also people who do not necessarily care about ginger and garlic.
I know.
There's people who want their tomatoes and pepper blended, blended very, very smooth before they make their stew. And then there's those who don't necessarily need it blended. You look at the stew and it still has some,
lumps.
You can still see, a little bit of the tomatoes and pepper that wasn't properly blended. People are different, basically.
Spoken like a true cook. So maybe what we will urge you to do today is to try out something new, cook something different from what you're used to. Go to the stores, to the marts, buy new flavors that you've not experienced before. Have you ever made food with soy or a fish seasoning? Just try out something new. I'm ashamed to say that I discovered onion powder this year, but it has been such a great hack. I love it. I'm looking forward to exploring some more food as we celebrate African Nutrition Week. But more importantly, National Nutrition Week, I beg your pardon. More importantly, eat right and eat healthy in the right portions.
Absolutely.